Hello everyone, this is Jimmy and welcome to episode 5 of Infinity Evolved Skyblock mode. You can see I am right now cleaning up our base to make it all look nice and uniform. And can't reach that block. But I'm swapping out all the... Can't reach that one either. Gonna tilt me a little. But I'm swapping out all the basic looking cobblestone for the chisel variants to give the base a more refined look. And who said I wasn't a builder? Anyways, once I'm done with this, we get to set up the water wheels that we built last episode and improve our power generation from there. Hello up there. Did you know that mobs can spawn on top of trees? It seems our friends are content to stay on top of the trees and not harm us, so I'll go light that up later. In any event, our base is now nice and uniform looking. Isn't it beautiful? Let's start with the water wheels. So they take up 5 blocks horizontally once you account for the wheels and like the surrounding blocks to contain the water. So I think I'll put 1 water wheel in each of these squares, and I don't know how many we'll have total. Probably at least 4, but let's start with 1. So working off memory a bit here. Actually, let me think where exactly I want it to go. The wheels. So you need 3 water wheel segments, right? So these are 3 wide. And then you need the dynamo somewhere. So let's put the dynamo here. And I think it goes 3 blocks off the ground, if memory serves me right. And you have to point it like... that's probably backwards. Is it? No, that's probably the right way, I think. Yeah, and then you just shift right-click these water wheels onto it. There we go. Let me out. Yeah, so you need... the water wheels need, well, water around them for them to turn. So it's important that you place them such that there's just enough room on the bottom layer for water to flow under. Then you have to build a cage around this thing to contain the water. I guess he was sick of living on his tree. Now I have to kill him. Well, now I can go light that up. The purpose of the cage is to contain the flowing water and keep it flowing around the water wheel and not, onto the rest of your base while showing your torches away. So I made one side out of glass here. This is EnderIO's quite clear glass. It is, as you guessed, quite clear. The main reason I use it, though, is actually because you can pick it up without soak touch. Anyways, this water wheel is now running. So as you can see, the water starts up there, flows all the way around. I have some blocks in the corners to keep it flowing as closely to the water wheel segments as it can. And I believe my setup is, if not the totally optimal water wheel setup, it's very darn close. We make a power cell or a energy cell, and then we can measure it because I can just set the maximum input and output rates on these. I like these energy cells because they're quite easily upgradable. So we can, let's see, we can't go to redstone tier yet because that requires an advanced circuit. So I guess I can probably upgrade to I could probably make a leadstone or a hardened energy cell, which holds 2 million RF? That's not half bad. This is going to be a bit more difficult than I expected. I ran out of redstone. So I have to hammer down cobble into gravel, into sand, into dust, and then sift that. Redstone is the biggest pain to make this early. But we're almost at the point where we can automate our production of all the siftables. So once we get there, redstone is free. I started sifting our dust, and then I remembered that name tags in this pack actually have craft recipes. So I crafted one. I'm going to waste a whole lot of iron to make an anvil, and we'll use this to name our name tag. And if memory serves me right, that allows us to choose who our little sifter slave is. Naturally, we're going to name it after myself right off the bat. Apparently this costs 5 levels. What a ripoff. Thought it cost 1 level to rename items. Anyways, then you right click in there and look at that, it's me. Of course I just have the Steve model. But we're gonna have plenty of sifters throughout the playthrough, so I suppose if you are interested in volunteering for sifter duty, you can volunteer down in the comments. I'll get as many of you in as I can. If I'm feeling particularly generous, I might even feed you from time to time to make you work faster. Alright, we're almost done with the dust. This will give us about 4 blocks of redstone. Not half bad. in order to measure the actual energy output of our dynamo here, I have the energy cell, which will hold the actual energy. Configure you to input that side, output the front. I guess we'll output the bottom for now, actually, so we can actually see. And then I can tune, well, I'll set the max input rate to max, put a trash can out the bottom, and then our goal is to find the, the output rate that perfectly matches the input rate. So, let's see. It's still going up. Whoopsies. I have to play with these buttons a little bit. Somewhere around 80. So it's still going up, going down. 81, 82, 83, 83. So this water wheel is producing exactly 83 R of a tick, right? We have 83 in and 83 out, and thus it's holding energy perfectly steady. So, look, it's also a, this is also a squid farm. I have a lot of accidental squid farms in my base. Anyways, 83 is a bit less than the theoretical max, which I believe it's 88. So I'm not quite sure where I'm missing. I think what you have to do is you have to do something to get the last block of water flowing up here. But I don't remember exactly how to do it, so I'm not going to bother. Because 83 is good enough. 83 R for tick basically is enough to power one hammer and one sifter. So, with that, let's see if we have enough diamonds. Oh, 0 diamonds, that's unfortunate. To make one automatic hammer. That takes 18, or auto heavy hammer. 18 diamonds. So we're at 14 of 18. I guess I just have to sift for the last 4. What I could do is this IC2 diamond dust. I could combine 5 of it into 1 diamond. Unfortunately, to make it, it's 1 diamond makes 1. But I mean, that gets us to 16. I still have to get 3 more diamonds somehow. I clone sieves too slowly sometimes, so I'm just gonna join it and sieve a bit of gravel as well. So I need 3 more diamonds. How many do I have in here? 1. So give me 2 more diamonds. Come on, game. I've done it. There's 4 total diamonds here. I'll grab however much I can, put it away. And we can go make our automatic heavy hammer. Initially, I want to build a system that can automatically hammer cobblestone into gravel and then just sift the gravel, because if I can get automatic gravel sifting, I can get, automate the production of diamonds, which is the bottleneck in making all of these machines. So, with that in mind, though, I also want to craft a system that is expandable to later handle both sifting of sand and dust. All right, so let's start with our initial hammer. Look at the pipe light up as it powers it. We'll put some type of cobble generator here. I already have a plan in mind, but I'm going to build it later. And we're going to have later room for more hammers. Actually, let's stack our hammers vertically as needed. So later we'll have more hammers up there. Put a torch there. And then that'll feed into a compacting drawer. So let me go make a handful of compacting drawers. Move items around. I'm going to use transfer nodes again. This is why I needed those ender pearls, because I don't have nearly enough redstone to use that crafting recipe. So, I have my compacting drawers. Now let's set this up. So we're going to have our cobble gen, first of all, feeding cobblestone into the compacting drawer to turn it into compressed cobble. That's going to need a transfer node here. I'm going to need filters in these too, but filters cost even more redstone. So right now I'm in the process of sifting up a little bit more redstone. But this will, so I'll replace this with a cobble gen later, and we'll put this sifter somewhere else. Anyways, that crushes it into gravel, and the output here is uncompressed gravel, which is why we need another compacting drawer. Compact that into compressed gravel. So a couple transfer nodes there. That'll turn it into compressed gravel. Likewise, we will use, oh good, it automatically grabbed compressed gravel. We will do something similar again, but more crushers here. They'll be here. That turns it into sand. And then one more set of crushers here to turn it, or So these two are crushers. This is a compacting drawer. And then another crusher to turn it into dust. In order to start up our system now, we have to give it a cobblestone generator. So the one I have here is functional, but it is huge and slow. I want to do better than that. I'm going to use the extra utilities cobblestone generator. So if I make a world interaction upgrade, that can be used with a transfer node to cause it to actually mine cobblestone. Looks like we need 3 more diamonds for that, though. Haha, I managed to save 3 more at some point. Alright, there's a pickaxe. Make sure you don't use a pickaxe, it only has 1 durability. And I need some of my lapis, which I have a fair bit of now. I got most of that, well, I guess I got all of that while sieving for those diamonds. Alright, so now I have a world interaction upgrade. If needed, we can also make speed upgrades. But I think these take a lot of redstone that I don't have. So speed upgrades will have to wait. In addition, then I need a bucket of lava and a bucket of water. By putting a water and lava with a piece of cobblestone between water and lava, you can then place a transfer node on top of that and the world interaction upgrade in the transfer node, and voila, it makes cobblestone. Now this tries to suck it out as cobble. I don't want it to do that. I'm going to need a filter in there, but yeah, here we have it. Just a very simple cobble generator. Now if you actually break this cobblestone, the water will flow and turn this into obsidian 90% of the time. So don't actually break the cobblestone piece. But this magically generates cobble at least I think it's a faster rate than that cobble generator before speed upgrades. The fact that it can take speed upgrades means that once it's fully upgraded with a bunch of speed and stack upgrades, it'll produce, multiple stacks a second. Anyways, now I just need to make our filters. How much redstone do I have? 13, huh? It takes 4 redstone per filter. These filters are pretty simple. You just right-click it to open the UI, put the item inside. Utilities does have advanced filters. The advanced filters are actually, it's something that I miss dearly from extra utilities too. We'll probably dive into them later. What it is, you just put them in one of these slots, and then the transfer node will only pull out items that match the filter from the inventory. So this pulls out compressed cobble, sends it to the hammer, which hammers it, which sends it into here. Now I'll need a filter on this side that only grabs compressed gravel. And then we can put that filter here, pull this out, put everything away. I should lock these drawers at some point too, but I don't have a drawer key yet. I just haven't gotten around to making one. Anyways, this pulls out compressed gravel and sends it to our sieve. Aha! So now we are automatically sieving this stuff. At some point, I'll definitely want to set up a storage system for all these items. I'm kind of crowded myself out here. I might have to move my tree and whatever this is farm. But for now, I think I'll just dump all this into a chest or a handful of chests. Where do we put it? I guess we'll put it like here. And here we go. Oh, extra utilities transfer nodes come with their first piece of pipe here too. Small convenience. Anyways, voila. We now have automatic sifting of gravel. And the power is, well, I guess there's a little bit of fuel left in these, but just the water wheel produces enough power to run these machines, right? Because each one consumes 40 RF a tick, and there's 2 40 RF a tick machines running at basically full uptime. So our water wheel is able to produce power for all of it. So technically, I can even take this coal coke out and turn off the survivalist generators now. So now it really is. We are making resources out of nothing, right? The input is absolutely nothing because the power is generated completely passively. The cobblestone is generated completely passively. So all this is literally free. All right, well, I'm going to leave this running for a little bit. I have to step away from my computer for a while. When I come back, I'm hoping that we can see a couple, I'm going to set up a couple more chests just so that it can fill up a bunch of chests while I'm gone. And when I come back, I hope that we just have a bunch of diamonds in here that we can use to set up the rest of the hammers and sieves and more water wheels and so on and so forth. Before I go, though, I discovered what I can only imagine to be a bug. So if I leave this drawer unlocked, this thing is still producing cobblestone, right? It's putting cobblestone into here. The cobblestone's disappearing somewhere. Like there's no compressed cobblestone coming into this transfer node, but the cobblestone's disappearing from the drawer. So it's like it's being voided somehow. Yeah, I have no clue what's happening to it. Like if I take this filter out, regular cobblestone gets sucked in. If I put more than one piece of cobble in at a time, it'll stop voiding the incoming cobblestone until this sucks out a piece of compressed, and then, that sends it on the processing line. But if it's only getting one piece at a time, it seems to just immediately void it for some reason. No clue why. But it's an easy enough fix. Just lock the drawer. I think that takes care of it. Yeah. So I'm going to do the same on all of these, just on the off chance that that's actually a feature that I'm just not understanding. All right, but now our cobble generator is actually producing cobblestone for processing. By the magic of video editing, about 8 hours have passed in the last couple of seconds. So I haven't taken a look at how much we've gotten yet. It does look like our machines are running, so that's a good sign. That means it's not broken. Strangely, it seems the machines are not running at full speed. Wonder why that is. Are they not receiving enough power? The power cell is empty, so it seems to be outputting less than 83. Hold on. Yeah. Why did the power output decrease? How much is it outputting? It's less than 80. But why did our power output fall to... Oopsies. 75? Why did our power output fall to 75 RF a tick? I'll have to investigate that. But for now, let's take a look at what resources we've gotten. So I'm hoping that, based on the fact that this isn't full, then these can't possibly all be full, right? So a whole stack of diamonds. Lots of other stuff in here too. 1 full chest, 2 full chests, 3 full chests with more diamonds. So we have about 100 diamonds. 4 chests, a little over 4 chests of stuff. That's what the sifting automation has done while, it's just been running here on the server trunk loaded while I was doing other stuff. All right, so let's set that aside for a second and figure out why we're suddenly only producing 75 RF a tick. I tinkered with it a bit and I managed to make it worse. It's now only outputting 74. I think my conclusion is I don't care. It's like 10 RF a tick. It's easier to make more water wheels than it is to try to figure out why I'm losing a tiny little bit of power. So I guess that's what we're going to do next. If I'm going to put actual machines in place of all these placeholders, right? So this is, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more total machines. To power all that, we'll need another, each machine powers 2, or each water wheel powers 2 machines. So I need 4 more water wheels. Why don't I just build 4 more sets of, dynamos and water wheels? That's the easy solution. It's going to take a total of 96 water wheel segments. That's a lot of wood to make 4 more full water wheels. Thankfully, I've been running our coke oven well, maybe not all the time, but for quite a while. So I have 64 buckets of creosote oil just right here, and then I have, more waiting in the coke oven itself. So plenty of creosote oil to go around. I might have to keep chopping trees. I guess this is a good opportunity to take a little bit of time to improve our tree chopping. Right now I'm chopping it 1 block at a time with a matic. Yeah, I think we can do better now. Turns out if I use every last piece of wood I had, I make exactly the 96 water wheel segments we needed. But I still should upgrade our tree chopping. So to do so, we need the Tinker's Lumber Axe, and that requires the upgraded tool station. The Tool Forge, I believe it's called. The Tool Forge can be made with either Terra Steel if you go into Magic, or dense refined iron plates. So this requires a compressor and steel plates. We can now actually make steel plates in our metal former, true proper steel plates. So let's go make some of that. I'll queue up a bunch of steel plates, maybe a whole stack of it, and make a compressor. Thankfully, the compressor is very easy to make. It's just a circuit and a casing, basically. Still can't shift click that in. That hasn't changed between videos, unfortunately. I know, yeah, I made a few spare circuits last time. So, voila, one compressor. Building all this stuff is using a fair bit of resources, which is fine because now that we have auto sieving at least of gravel, we get tons of iron. But having just a single faucet pouring it, or even 2 faucets, is very slow. So I now have 5 faucets pouring iron, and I'm just manually starting up all the casting basin ones. It actually the blocks cool remarkably quickly. So each time I do that, it goes through 36 ingots, and we have plenty of iron for both steel and to use just as iron. 36 steel plates, or refined iron plates, going to the compressor. We're once again slightly under producing power, so these machines are, they slowly use up their internal buffers. I did put more fuel into our survivalist generators because we have plenty of fuel now, but this just has to make 4 of these. And with that, we have a tool forge. Now, for the actual hammer, or the lumber axe itself, let's see what materials we need. A head. So that's an axe head, a large plate, a tough binding, and a tough rod. Let's make the appropriate patterns. I'm going to need some more blank patterns, huh? For starters, I'm just going to make a stone one of each component just so I can make the casts. And then I'll figure out what actual materials to make them out of later. I honestly don't need a very optimal tool here. I just need a tool that exists. Which one am I missing? Rod. There we go. With how much gravel I have now, or the ore gravel, I'm not bothering even hammering it down anymore. The increased yield is not worth the work. I'm just gonna make all the bits out of Invar. Why? Because that's what happens to be in my smeltery at the moment. Alright, one full Invar lumber axe. And can this chop these trees, or do these not count as trees anymore? Nope, they're still trees. Aha! Some of those were the super big and ugly oak trees that are a pain to chop a block at a time, which is why I hadn't chopped it in a little while. But now wood is super easy to gather. This is kind of embarrassing, but I've run out of food, so I'm just eating rotten flesh now. I should probably do something to have food in the near future. Time to put all these diamonds to work. So with I need a total of 6 automatic compressed hammers, I believe. So I think that's going to use the vast majority of my diamonds, rather. We'll see how many I have left over at the end. I started with a little bit over 100, right? Or maybe 110-ish. I have 21 left, but now I have 5 more auto-compressed hammers. So my plan is to have 3 processing gravel, 3 processing cobble into gravel, 2 processing gravel into sand, and 1 processing sand into dust. Building the water wheels is going to take a fair amount of room, so I think it's time we built the builder's wand, and I'll use this to expand our platform out. That uses another 18 of our diamonds, putting us at, I forget how many there was left, like, we're down to single-digit diamonds again, is the point. This is so worth it. Building out's so much easier when you can do it 9 blocks at a time instead of 1. Unfortunately, I can't make the better builder's wand yet that can place, basically it can do like 1,000 at a time or something. But hey, 9 at a time is 9 times better than 1 at a time. My plan is just to place all these, and then I'll go do another pass with a chisel to put in the dividers. Lots more building space. Obviously, most of it's empty now, but we'll fill it up over time. Built the frames for all of these water wheels, So this area in between here will be where I run my wiring. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more frames. And I have the water wheels themselves. All I'm missing are the dynamos. However, each dynamo uses, let's see, 1, 2, plus a block, 9 pieces, or 11 rather, pieces of redstone. Ow. And I just recently switched my sifter over to processing redstone, or processing dust. However, this is super slow because right now I'm only producing, the 75-ish from the one wheel plus 20 from this. But to run it at full speed, I have to power 1, 2, 3 hammers and 1 sifter. So it's running at less than the sifter here is running at less than half speed. I might have to make another sifter just to help it out a little bit, like a manual sifter. Well, I thought I was done sifting, but I guess I have a little bit more ahead of me. Once I get these water wheels up, though, I think I am legitimately done sifting for probably the rest of the pack. So I just got to get, enough redstone to get started. To 35 pieces of redstone from that 2/3 of a stack. So that'll get a couple more of the water wheels online, which will allow the system to run at full speed. Hopefully. That was enough redstone to make 3 dynamos, so I have 3 more of our water wheels started up. And now let's hook these all in. So I want let's go with the top side to be input. And then we'll just hook 1 to here, 1 to here, and wire them up. Like so. Alright, and with that now, we should be producing a lot more power. 218. Is that about 75 times 3? 4? No, it isn't. That's way less than 75 times 3. 4. What am I doing wrong? Are all these running? No, some of these machines still lack power. Never mind. The 200 whatever number it was displaying, I think was it's an order of operation thing. It depends on which producers tick before or after the energy cell ticks and sends its energy away. Its steady state energy output is 292, which is 73 times 4. So for some reason, the output of our water wheels keeps randomly dropping a tiny bit. I honestly have no clue why, but good enough. Anyways, now that the sifter's running faster, though, it should only be a little bit more time before we have, in fact, I already have another 7 redstone, but I need enough redstone to build, 2 more dynamos to complete the entire grid. So that's 22 redstone. I need 13 more. Basic math. A little bit of processing time later, and we have enough redstone to make the last 2 kinetic dynamos. So let's spin up our last few water wheels. A bit tricky to actually get everything placed and still be able to get out of here. As you can see, I only have the one that has a glass side. The glass is a bit more of a hassle to make than well, good old cobblestone. Infallible cobblestone. Alright, so voila. Now all I have to do is head up there and place the water to get them to start spinning. So we'll spin up the first one, and then borrow its water to spin up the second one. While there is a visual effect of the thing spinning up, the change in energy production is instantaneous. So while it does take it a while to start spinning, I'm about to say it should start spinning. While it takes it a while to reach full speed, the machine is already producing full output. Well, it would be producing full output if I connected it. So for each of these, we'll put a connector on here and get some wires, and voila. So with that, we are now producing... Ooh, oh, am I maxing out my wooden kinesis pipe? Let's see, this is 320. Oh, I am. I need the next tier power input pipe. I guess there's only 2 tiers, and that's emerald. Alright, we got plenty of emerald. Let me upgrade this wooden pipe to emerald then. Emerald pipe can withdraw a lot more energy. So, voila. What's really cool, look at how thick this like energy beam is here. And as it reaches each of these, well, here, as more energy gets added to it, it actually grows a little bit thicker. But as we hit consumers, oh, did I accidentally leave this machine on? Oopsies, was wasting energy. But yeah, as the beam hits energy consumers, like a little bit of it splits off and it gets thinner and thinner. Very, very cool graphical effect. I absolutely love it. In any event, though, that means that now all of our automatic sifting is running, so I no longer need our manual sifting. Manual work. But yeah, we are now automatically turning cobblestone into gravel, sand, and dust, and sifting them all. Now, this system isn't completely perfect. Right now, these transfer nodes are always nearest inventory first, so it has a tendency to prefer to send materials to the hammerer before it sends it to the sifter. But I guess because I have more hammers in each phase than the previous one, maybe that just works. I was about to say I think I need round robin upgrades in these, but maybe I don't, because each of these, right, I have 2 hammers feeding in, but only 1 hammer consuming. So it will by default have some excess to send to the sifter. So I guess as a result of that, I don't need round robin upgrades. Okay, that's a good thing, because round robin upgrades take a lot of redstone. All of these extra utilities upgrades just take blocks and blocks of redstone, which for now I have 12 pieces of. Obviously, I'm also only storing the items right now in a bunch of double chests. That's far from ideal. We'll want to upgrade this to an actual drawer system at some point. But we're out of time today, so that'll be the first thing we do tomorrow, probably. In any event, I am glad, though, that our sifters are running. So when I come back tomorrow, after, more or less a day of just leaving the server to run, I'll have plenty of redstone, and probably all these chests will be full. So, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.